I am saying to what industrialists he had been close to in the past, and to what industrialists he is presently close to what people he is close to, who introduced him to Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Amit Shah. So all these things Congress should investigate. Now I am giving them hints. If they fail, if their research analysis being fails, they should come to me, and better still.
He's saying that if Congress is unable to do it, they should come to me. So which means, am I to assume that you have certain evidence against Mr. Dhankar and his association with RSS and how he came closer to Modi?
And that is not rocket science. Say a symbolic opposition is more dangerous to the constitution and the democracy than the tyrant itself who has hijacked the democracy. The Congress party is infested with the agents of RSS who are acting as a Trojan horse and sabotaging the actual opposition which the Congress leadership wants to put up against the RSS and BJP.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversation. Now, members of the opposition India bloc today submitted a notice for a motion to remove Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankhar. Option but to formally submit a no confidence motion against the chairman of the Rajya Sabha for the extremely partisan manner in which he has been conducting the proceedings of the Council of States. This is what Jairam Ramesh also had to say. Now, this motion has been submitted to the Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha, and we all know that Vice President is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. And according to the Article 67B of the Constitution, a Vice President may be removed from his office by a resolution passed by the Rajya Sabha and also agreed by the Lok Sabha. And the provision also requires MPs to give a 14 days notice declaring their intention to move the resolution against the chair. Now, all the members of the Rajya Sabha today said that today it's a black day in the history of Parliament because never before a no confidence motion has been brought in against a Rajya Sabha chairperson. Joining me now this evening is Supreme Court lawyer and activist Mehmood Pracha. Thank you so much, Mehmood, for joining. And my first question to you is that the India bloc has moved in this, has served a notice for the no trust motion against Jagdeep Dhankhar. What do you think is going to be the logical end of this no trust notice?
It is going to fall flat on its face. It is not going to achieve any purpose. Neither the purpose, which is quite visible to everyone, who knows that the opposition does not have the numbers to make this no confidence motion successful, nor is it going to highlight any of the very strong points which will expose the reasons and the activities and omissions by Jagdeep Dhankhar Sahab, who is occupying a constitutional post. So his activities and the reasons for those activities will not be exposed to the nation and the world and the public.
Now the symbolic, but this no trust motion does have a symbolic significance. It might not reach its logical end because of the lack of numbers, but it does send out a message that the opposition does not have any faith in the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha.
See, I would say a symbolic opposition is more dangerous to the constitution and the democracy than the tyrant itself who has hijacked the democracy.
Okay.
This I'm not just saying for India, but for rest of the world. So a symbolic opposition is worse than no opposition at all. So let's not talk of symbolism while you are a major opposition political party and a major opposition political bloc. Let's not
No, but
talk of
what is the option? Pracha, what is the option which was left with the opposition members? Now, yesterday, if you look at the proceedings of the House, what happened? Jagdeep Dhankhar allowed the Treasury benches to say all sorts of things about George Soros, about Sonia Gandhi, about Rahul Gandhi, and he allowed all that to be said in the House. But when it came to the opposition and when they raised the Adani issue, they were not allowed to speak, they were not allowed to protest, they were not allowed to enter the well of the House.
Is that all they have? See, that is exactly what I'm saying. The Congress party is infested with the agents of RSS who are acting as a Trojan horse and sabotaging the actual opposition which the Congress leadership wants to put up against the RSS and BJP. Unless this sabotage goes, this we are going to land nowhere. And this is more of a eyewash, damn squib. It is going to achieve no purpose, zero, zilch, nada. That's how we should face it.
No, but there is something called a parliamentary democracy. Now, how does that parliamentary democracy function when the two houses are functioning? You have a Rajya Sabha chairperson who's not allowing the opposition to make their point at all, and he allows the ruling parties to just say whatever they want. So, what is the option left with the Rajya Sabha MPs? I'm talking about the floor of the House.
See, Lohia ji has said something which we must all take cue from. जब सड़कें वीरान हो जाती हैं तो संसद आवारा हो जाती है. That is what is happening. अब when you don't have the numbers, let's be very frank and candid, and if we want solutions to problems, we should have a plan which envisages a victory. What is the winning plan of the Congress party in this, apart from highlighting and cribbing about the misdeeds of Dhankar Sahab and also Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, RSS and BJP? Cribbing is one part of the story. They should actually come out with a winning plan. What is that plan? I mean, that people, honest journalists like you, should ask Congress party. What has been the net result of the letters they have written to CEC? Zero, zilch again. So that goes to the core of the issue. Unless we address that. Now, if there is a receptive vice president or constitution-loving vice president and constitution-loving chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the very one whisper from Kharge ji that we are being treated unfairly, just this one sentence, and he would take it so seriously that he would bend over it backwards to accommodate the Rajya Sabha members to speak, and he would give more time to the opposition. Just one line from that would be normal circumstances. But are these normal circumstances? Are these normal circumstances?
You are saying that this no confidence motion against the Rajya Sabha chairperson is something which is very lame, which is like a damn squib. It is purposeless. It doesn't serve any purpose. So what is the way out? What should the opposition members now do? If not a no confidence motion, no, Pracha, what I'm asking is that if not a no confidence motion against Dhankhar, then what is the option now with the opposition leader?
No, I will not fully discard this no confidence motion. If the Congress party is very candid and they say that we want to highlight the misdeeds of Jagdeep Dhankhar Sahab, then they are very clear. But for that also, please understand what is their charge sheet. Just George Soros, the name of George Soros is enough. That you are not letting the opposition party people speak is enough. Is that enough? Is that their winning plan?
You said a very significant thing. No, just allow me to interrupt you. You said that let's make a charge sheet on Dhankhar. And you said that let's expose his misdeeds. Now, what are the misdeeds of Mr. Jagdeep Dhankhar that you are highlighting? And what are you exactly pointing out? If you could just explain graphically.
This you should ask Congress party. Do they have or do they not have? Does their research and analysis wing? Congress parties, not the nations. Right. How much money their sleeper cells are taking from the Congress coffers for doing all this research? Do they have some material on Mr. Dhankar or not? That's what I'm saying. If they don't,
Why are you
I am
suspecting that there could be some material against Dhankar, or why are you talking about Dhankar's misdeeds? Are you suspecting something fishy?
I'm not suspecting. I know certain things which are fishy and very,
Like,
very fishy.
like what? Like what?
Like you should ask Congress parties. They see if I will.
Since you are making the allegation, I'm going to ask you, since you are alleging, so I'm going to ask you what Congress will do, we'll see later. But what is the exact misdeed you are hinting at? What should the opposition do at the moment?
First of all, they should have a solid charge sheet for this no confidence motion. It is going to still going to achieve no purpose. He is not going to be removed because the numbers are not on the side of the opposition. One. Two, now to highlight his whatever misdeeds they're saying, George Soros is not sufficient. They have to dig out more. And what I can suggest is they should go to the root of the problem, because foreign intervention by money, by injecting money into various NGOs, that is the charge against Sonia ji and Rahul ji and the other opposition party. So what I am trying to say is, and this is no rocket science, RSS says clearly that we have over 100,000 NGOs. All or most of them take a foreign direct help. They have contribution, foreign agents, foreign entities contributing to it, both from the West and also from the China. Have Congress party investigated on that? Then they should find out the connection between how Mr. Dhankar, who has traveled in almost many parties, how he became close to RSS and Narendra Modi Sahab. They should research. I'm giving hints. They should do some hard work. No, or they should tell.
But when you say that, how did Mr. Dhankar get associated with RSS and Prime Minister Modi? What is exactly you are hinting at? Do you sense something fishy over there?
I am saying to what industrialists he had been close to in the past, and to what industrialists he is presently close to what people he is close to, who introduced him to Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Amit Shah. So all these things Congress should investigate. Now I'm giving them hints. If they fail, if their research analysis fails, they should come to me, and better still, they should go to Satpal Malik Saab.
No, so since you're confidently saying that if Congress is unable to do it, they should come to me. So which means, am I to assume that you have certain evidence against Mr. Dhankar and his association with RSS and how he came closer to Modi?
And that is not rocket science. I'm also saying this.
No, I'm asking, do you have the evidence? Do you have the evidence which you can give it to Congress if they ask you?
Of course. But my problem is how many. I have too much on my plate. I'm fighting for the biggest battle, which is
no, but yeah, that's fair enough that you have enough on your platter, and if Congress also has to help you out, Congress has to ask you for help, and then you are willing to do it. But you made an important point where you said that I have the evidence against Dhankar and his association with RSS and Modi. So do you have evidence?
I have. And I'm also saying it is not difficult to find it also. I'm saying
you have it, and you're saying, no. You said that you have it and you have much more to add to it.
Much more to add to it. And I'm saying more important point. It is not very difficult to find such evidence. Not just for Congress, but anybody who's serious, who's not actually working for RSS and what is the reason for, I see there is a purpose. The purpose, it seems, is by this half-hearted battles, jumping the half well is always dangerous. That is what is said, is to take out the steam of the anger of the people of the country who are seeing their opposition leaders humiliated by no one else but the person who is supposed to protect their dignity and honor, the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha himself. People are angry. So by doing this, they are actually taking out the anger and the steam of the people's anger. Otherwise, people will come to streets, protest. If Congress parties sleeper cells are not able to protect their top leadership, people will come forward and protect them. And that is what these sleeper cells don't want. See, Congress may not be, or Rahul ji may not be the most lovable leader of the country for masses of the country, may or may not be. But people do not want to see their leader of the opposition who represents 60% of their votes. 60% of the country has not voted for Modi ji. Those people see their leader in Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Kharge. These 60% people don't want anyone, any authority to humiliate their leader who represents their voice. So people will take care of that to take out that steam. These sleeper cells are very, very cold, calculative. They are planning their things, sitting with the top intellectuals of the RSS. So that's what our point is. Why this half-hearted battle is being fought without any preparation, without it is the same thing which the letters which the Congress party writes to Chief Election Commissioner, and back comes the reply like a small child. There is a indirect slap on their face and they keep quiet. People don't want that. We feel humiliated. I feel humiliated because Congress party is being humiliated. Opposition is being humiliated. I feel humiliated that somebody who's representing us who've not voted for Modi ji, he is being humiliated by none other than the person who is Chief Election Commissioner. His job, he does not understand. He is humiliating the opposition parties.
And now you feel that after Chief Election Commissioner humiliated the opposition, and now the same opposition is being humiliated inside Rajya Sabha by the Rajya Sabha chairperson
and Lok Sabha.
Yes.
Congress party had a perfect chance to take action against the present Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Mr.
Om
Birla Sahab. When Rahul, and I said this in your interview at that point in time when his membership was taken away, in a ziffy, seconds, without even the actual copy of the order reaching the office of the Honorable Speaker of the Lok Sabha, there they had a chance, perfect chance, to file a criminal complaint against, to unveil the conspiracy, what was the conspiracy, and to hurry up the expedite the process of removing Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And same thing is this. They can collect loads and loads of evidence against Dhankhar Sahab. And that should be put in the charge sheet that this is George Soros and not giving chance to opposition party people to speak is not the only thing. Why impeachment? Impeachment is no small thing. Impeachment is a very, very serious charge. That everything else has failed. Therefore, we have to now remove this person because that chair's dignity, not only the dignity, the very chair is being compromised by the very by this person. That is the seriousness of this proceeding, and they're taking it lightly.
Right. So what you're saying, Mehmood, is important. You are saying that this no trust motion cannot reach its logical conclusion. It will not serve its purpose. Instead of doing that, the opposition should try and investigate Mr. Dhankhar on the counts which you have just given. His links with the RSS, how he's come closer to Modi, and what are his links with the industrialists. Do you think
what other offences he has committed in his life? In which charge sheet his name came up earlier? All this has to be done, na?
No, which charge sheet you're talking about? Which charge sheet you're?
I'm not talking about anything. I'm just giving hints. So to tell the people of the country that this is not rocket science which I have.
So you are saying, I'm repeating it again for the sake of the viewers, you are saying that no trust motion is useless, but the opposition should be preparing a charge sheet against Dhankhar.
And take legal action, not just preparing a charge sheet and showing it to the people. That's the job of the journalists like you. They have to take action. It is the country which is at stake. It is the resources of the countries which are at stake.
No, but do you think that is that also not going to prove a damn squib, because he's a constitutional authority? After all, he is the vice president of the country. Do you think that is going to be very easy?
2 orders we got from the court yesterday. Those were orders which were projected as impossible by the sleeper cells to their various parties. I got an order from Punjab and Haryana High Court yesterday to give me, a person who's not a voter in Haryana and a person who did not contest election from Haryana, the entire CCTV footage of all the 90 seats of Haryana Assembly of the recently held elections. CCTV footage, videography, and also Form 17C. If they had helped me, this Haryana government would be in serious trouble, because now there are 16, 17 cases. We could have filed 50 cases where elections will be reheld, election would be set aside. This would be so much material. This videography will give me so much material that I will show to the world that the elections in Haryana were manipulated, rigged by the use of these fraudulent machines.
So,
How
are you
the
saying
machines
that
will be tampered with?
this parliamentary democracy is also
thing.
related? No, no. Are you saying that this parliamentary democracy, which the opposition is talking about, that we have to restore the parliamentary democracy, that the restoration of that parliamentary democracy will be impossible until and unless you address the electoral democracy? And you are talking about restoring the electoral democracy.
What is the fountainhead of electoral democracy? People's vote. Those are being hijacked. You are talking about the outcomes, the effects of the rot which has happened in electoral politics and elections, the conductions of election by the election commission. Primarily, again, I would say, do not get diverted, because there is a scheme which is going on to divert people's mind from these fraudulent machines to other parts. I am saying that there are other defects also in electoral procedures, but those will come secondary. Once these machines go, every other thing will fall in place, better fall in place. We will be in a far better position. But the point remains, if they are not serious about this, what will they do to Mr. Dhankhar? When what can a no confidence motion do when you don't have the numbers? So therefore, I am saying 5 cases. Therefore, I was referring to another judgment yesterday's of Supreme Court. The biggest setback to me was till now from Allahabad High Court in my efforts to bring and take the battle against the fraudulent machines to victory, was Allahabad High Court's slapping of fine of rupees 1 lakh against me, which was set aside yesterday, and all the remarks which were against me personally have been expunged by the Honorable Supreme Court. So here we are having, day by day, step by step, we are having an upper hand in this battle against the machines. So if one office can do this, if all of us join hands, you can see wonders. And similar thing can happen in 150 seats in Maharashtra. They have to come to me. They want, if they raise their hands, to tell their leadership that we are incapable of setting 150 seats election aside by a court order, they should come to me. I will help them. I will first of all convince them that I have an action plan which is workable, which will deliver. I
So
will
now,
convince
since
the
you have that order, you are armed with that order. Since you are armed now with that order by the Punjab and Haryana High Court, so are you going to begin your investigation as far as Haryana is concerned, and you will do a similar act as far as Maharashtra is concerned?
Yes, on my own, I will collect the evidence to set aside elections in 150 seats. But beyond that, I am helpless, because individual candidates have to file their election petitions. That's the only constitutional way, legal way to set aside an election, unless Supreme Court intervenes under Article 142, which is more difficult than going to mass, sitting in my car, which is parked downside. So the only way now left to us is these election petitions. If the candidates don't file election petitions, then I'm helpless also. I can show to the world that I could have done this. But beyond that, I'm helpless. But I will show definitely to the world that I could have done this. 150 seats in Maharashtra, election set aside. I can do it. There is a legal constitutional method. And 16, 17 seats, if Haryana people come to me, I can do it.
All right, so that's your task, which is cut out in the coming days. But coming back to the question of the day, the no trust motion against Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, and you've been talking about the fact that there should be a charge sheet instead of a no trust motion. I would just want you to recap it once again as to what is this charge sheet, what are you actually saying and telling the opposition to do instead of bringing in a symbolic no trust motion.
undertake a research, undertake an investigation. If you are incapable, come to people who are capable. They will help you. Prepare a list of culpable illegalities which Mr. Dhankar has committed, which Mr. Rajiv Kumar has committed, and then move an impeachment motion one and take legal action. Go to a police station, go to the court, not the Supreme Court, go to a district court. Five cases that police is not taking action, the court should direct the police to take action. Then present a no confidence motion that these are the evidences against Mr. Dhankar, that he is not suitable for the post he is holding. Then you have a strong case of highlighting his illegalities or culpabilities. Not like this. Not with what did the Supreme Court say in the ADR's case. You have no proof.
Oh, but even then,
You
if
are
all the
coming here to
evidence,
Supreme Court without on conjectures, on some research work, on some press statements. Therefore, pat goes the case. So therefore, prepare a case first before going there.
prepare a case or prepare a charge sheet.
Same thing. Prepare, in legal parlance we say prepare your what are you saying? I mean, case means what is your stand.
So basically, preparing a charge sheet against Dhankar is much
And
better.
taking legal action first, and then go for the impeachment thing.
But do you think when all this matter goes into the court and when how they will collect the evidence, when they will, but do you think that matter will be admitted in the court very easily?
You think democracy will be saved very easily? You think Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, Ashfaqullah Khan, thousands and upon thousands, people who sacrificed their life without blinking their eye, was it an easy job? Protecting that thing which they saved, giving up their lives, laughing happily, will be an easy job. We don't want, nobody asked anyone to be leader. Nobody requested anyone to be leader of the opposition. They have taken up this job. They have to live up to it. And I'm saying once again, it is the sleeper cells. They are responsible for damaging their own leadership, and they are responsible for damaging the morale and effectiveness of their workers. These are the two most important things which the people of India, if they are able to help these opposition political parties, then I think things will start shaping up. And whoever comes, so wins or loses is immaterial. Nobody should be this arrogant. Then they can push, kick, if I may use that word, the opposition member of parliament and get away with it. This confidence nobody in the world should have.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.